gets us off to a rousing start, and Julie and Elizabeth are now going to talk about their role as producers. Both of them are producers of plays by women, so they don't get castigated in the same way as some of folks Susan was referencing in her remarks. But please, Julie, I think we're going to start with you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's great to see the Julia Miles filled. I've been asked to speak about the realities surrounding producing theater, particularly in New York. And to that end, I have some great news, which is that Women's Project has a really great season coming up, and since it's my house, I get to do the plug. I have a season brochure out in the lobby. It's hot off the press, just kind of, it's gorgeous, really sexy. And here's the thing about this. So you're going to all check it out, and I trust you're all going to be back. And I'm going to circle back to that a little later in mine as well. Here's the great thing. We're increasing main stage production this year, which is a really big deal in light of the economic tsunami that we've all been dealing with. So I want to say that there is support out there for the work of women, and it's here at Women's Project, certainly other places as well, but it's there. And when we increased our main stage production, I'm very happy to report, Seth, that there's no scarcity of extraordinary plays by women from which to choose to increase your production if you want to produce plays. So how did we come about choosing our season at Women's Project? During the 2008-2009 season, Women's Project received 324 scripts and synopses from writers who are not currently in our lab. We have a very vibrant lab program for playwrights and directors and producers. It goes back, it's one of the oldest programs in the country for women. And those plays are not counted in our unsolicited pool. So we had 324 scripts and synopses submitted in addition to our lab, those that our lab members are submitting. In addition, my sort of right and left arm and leg, I guess, Megan Carter, who's down here waving, and Allison Prouty and I attended 500 productions in or readings in New York, written or directed by women. And from those, we cull our season. So it's labs, it's 324 plays, it's 500 readings, and that's a lot. I just want to say that, particularly since most of our new plays are developed out of our lab. So we have a program where we make artists, we make Women's Project the home for our artists in our lab. So how do you get produced? I don't have the magic bullet, but what I know after 25 years in this business is that this business requires you, in order to get a job, whether it's as a playwright or a director, a producer, a designer, or an intern at Women's Project, it requires you to have connections. And it is all about connections. And this is a business absolutely riveted to connections. And that's true Broadway, where I have spent many, many years, and off-Broadway and internationally. And it's true commercially, it's true in terms of nonprofit, it's true in terms of provincial theaters or regional theaters, depending on how you like to look at them. And it's just true across the board. And what I'd like to say, in light of some of Susan's remarks, is in short, listing your play on Dooley or sending me a synopsis is not going to get your play produced. So let's be really upfront about the fact that connections matter. And that's what this business is built on. So the question becomes, how do you get connections? And I thought I should talk about that, because that seems a little more proactive than just saying, gee, go out and get connected. So, and I'm sure you can all do that, especially if you've had a glass of wine, as I have.